Hey everyone, welcome back to Wild Sunny Farms. My name is Grayson, and today we're going to be getting out into the BR. Today it was a very warm day. Today it is Tuesday. This video will most likely go out on Thursday. Today I'm going to be getting out into the BR since this weekend was Memorial Day weekend. We got back today. We just enjoyed ourselves on the river this weekend. And today, since we haven't been in the bees, probably since about Thursday, we need to get back in the BR and see what the bees are doing. And today I wanted to use this opportunity while I'm in the BR, because I have a very busy week this week. Get out there. I want to show you guys this one hive. This hive is unbelievable. This hive is doing very well, and I want to show you guys what the brood pattern looks like, and maybe a little bit about, what my plans are for the future. You may hear me talk about some very small things as well that we will kind of talk about briefly in the video too, kind of have fun with that too, and show you our queen's brood patterns, how she lays, and a lot of other stuff. And let's go on and get into the video. We are going to be getting into this hive right here. This is one of my nukes that I installed. I think this was like nuke 6, because I got 6 nukes. And today, I just kind of want to get into this nuke and show you guys, or at least this 10 frame box, because I already added another 10 frame box to the top of this hive for honey. And I didn't have another queen excluder. And you guys know what happened. The queen went up there and she is laying up there, which is not a bad thing, because since the queen's up there laying, the other bees will have to be up there taking care of the brood, the larva, the queen. While the queen's up there, after those eggs hatch, hopefully those bees can fill that up with honey, which is what they'll probably do. And this right here is the bottom deep. The reason why I'm not going to be inspecting the top deep is because there's really nothing much to show. Just a couple frames of eggs, which you guys probably can't see the eggs on the camera, because it's a different type of frame. It's a yellow frame, so it's not a black frame where you can see it better. Now this frame needs to be re-waxed. Just didn't draw that out, unfortunately. And I also, guys, I want to show you guys my queen. This queen's pattern. This is one of my best queens so far. Last time I checked them, it was unbelievable how good this queen is doing and what she's doing in this colony. Now, this year has been a rebuild year. It really has. It's been one of those years where I had to rebuild my stock. And all my bees now are Italian. All of them are Italian bees. So that's, I raise Italians. I like Italians. They work good for my location. A little bit in the video, I'll talk a little bit about some of my genetic stuff throughout the video, what I'll plan on doing. Maybe raise some queens later on next year. This frame has some beautiful larvae that if I was going to graft, this would be the frame I would graft from, because there's just a lot of beautiful larvae on this frame. When we turn it around, we see partial cap brood. Look at that in the middle. That is a partially capped off a little bit. You guys can see there, they are starting to cap that side off, which is really good, cool to see. I've never really seen them in this stage, but it's like almost halfway capped off. So the bees are capping this up, and this will be brood. This is the second frame out from the brood nest, which is really good to see for the bees to be able to be drawing it out. J-hook hostel coming in. We're going to go on and scoot this over. None of my queens are marked, if you guys are wondering. I never really mark my queens because I can kind of see them. I'm decently good at spotting queen. I ain't the best at it. There's a lot of people who probably can spot the queen better than me. But I am decently good at finding the queen without marks on her. So I've kind of learned that part of finding the queen. But really, I base it also off of finding eggs and larvae and little things that I know that will lead up to my queen being here. I don't always have to find her. Wow, this frame looks beautiful. Not just a little bit of cat brood, but also some larvae and eggs, at least on my side. This side, wow, look at that. We have some beautiful cat brood. And look at there. Look right there on the top. You have a little cup. Is there anything in there, I wonder? Well, if there is, that's a bad sign of them trying to swarm. If there's nothing in it, that means it's just a swarm cup. I need to be really careful on this ledge. I do not want to drop this frame. I'm looking in there, guys. If you can see, there is nothing in this cup, so nothing to worry about. So sometimes it's just cups. A lot of times, right there, as you can see, that's just a swarm cup. That is not a swarm cell. It's a swarm cup with no larva in it. It's not charged. If it was charged, that means they might be trying to swarm. Now, I had one the other day that I uploaded a video about, and it got some really, really good views. I didn't expect it to go publicly a decent good video. You guys liked it, but there was a queen cell. I didn't expect to find it, but I went back a couple days ago, back in, nothing there, no sign of that cell. So it's just a false alarm. The bees accidentally did it. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes the queen accidentally lays in that little uncharged cell, and the bees are like, uh-oh, we don't want the swarm, or we don't need a queen. Let's just go on and stop it, or the queen will go back and kill it. Sometimes that's what most likely happens too. Now, a lot of you guys wonder what's the best genetic, and I've been trying to look around on my bees and see which genetic I like the best. And there's always a big genetic pool that you can try to find which one works the best for you, whether it be Italians, Russians, or whatever you may like, Caucasians, Carniolans. I like Italians though. Russians I like too. Now here we go. Look at that brood. Would you take that brood pattern? Now let me know in the comment section, guys, if you would take this. Now you might see in the middle, like we always talk about, that's full of nectar. Bees already hatched. You guys know the drill there. Don't worry about that if you think that your queen's not good. But I like this. I like this frame. Look at all that brood. Look at all these bees. This hive is packed full of bees. That's why I put a deep on there, so then they can put some honey in there so I can extract, hopefully upcoming June. I couldn't tell you what it was like before I put that deep on. Now guys, I don't run double deeps. I just don't. I run singles. I like running singles. They're much more simple. Maybe a deep with one super on going in the winter. That's the configuration I like. The only reason why I'm putting a deep on some of my hives is because I don't have any drawn super frames. So the bees are taking a little bit slower to draw it out. But thankfully, finally, after almost a month, the bees have started to draw out some of the frames. So I'm thankful to see that in some of my supers, which I'm very glad to see. I'm glad the bees are starting to decide, all right, we want to go on and get in the super and start drawing it out. Now, I made a video about it too. It got some good views. Hey everyone, just interrupting the video real quick to ask you guys, before you continue watching the video, go on and click that thumbs up button. That helps the video out to get to more people and maybe help more beekeepers and grow our channel. Another thing I do want to ask you is, if you can, I would appreciate if you go on and subscribe if you are new here, if you are not already subscribed to the channel. We are at 1,809 subscribers the last time I checked, and we are closing in about 191 subscribers away from 2,000. It's unbelievable how fast we came to, 1,500, and here we are already about to hit 2,000. So go on and subscribe, click the thumbs up button, and let's go on and get back into the video. But this is just some insane growth on this colony so far. It's just unbelievable of what these bees have done so fast. I got these nukes on April 7th, a day before April 8th. Two things were happening on April 8th, which was, one was the eclipse, and number two, I had a live stream with a guest, David Burns, on that live stream. So I went out that morning before all that stuff needed, before the eclipse and before everything else, and decided to install these nukes. And look at that. Look at that. We got a lot of brood, capped brood that will hatch any day now. Any day now, this brood will hatch. It's just unbelievable to see. This side looks good. Oh wow, this side looks even better, or about the same too. Now look at that. Oh, I can't really give you a outside shot, but just with all this look on it, look at that brood. Unbelievable, all these bees. All those bees. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's go on and try to put this frame on back in. And we're not done yet. We're only halfway through, and almost all these frames have just a lot of brood. This is one of my hives that have a lot of brood. I can't believe it. It's unbelievable. We also have some drones in all the colonies. Almost every single one has some drones in it, so that's good. I see some drones. That means if you see drones, you may think, oh well, some drones are useless. Well, in winter they are useless, but in the time that we're in now, if you have drones, that means your hive is very, very strong. That they're in order to have drones, a hive needs to be strong. If you have drones, that means your hive is very, very strong, and they have the capability of producing drones, or the queen will be able to start laying some drones, which is what you'll want. Now we have a little mess down here, which is really not what I wanted to happen. This is some brood. We also have some drone brood too, some eggs and stuff down there too. Right there too. Look at all these bees. Wonderful bees there. Look at all this brood. More brood. This is a good patch of brood too. Now, let's go on and put this frame back in. And let's look at our mess that somehow we have. Now, let's see here. Let's go and put that here. Now, this is a super frame empty. I was trying to get them to draw it out so I could put this in a different hive to try to get my other bees to start coming up to my supers. But the bees have not drawn it out, but they started to draw out on the bottom. Hopefully it won't. Hey, look at there. They started to draw on the bottom, but not. Like, it's not even attached almost. It's like starting to rip off. Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to use that. Look at that. Barely hanging on. They haven't even started on the top there. Look at that. Well, I'm going to have to take this off because, or I don't guess I don't have to. What I got to do is I got to take a little piece off. This part. Well, oh. Well, I knew that was going to happen. Our queen was not on here though, so that's good. No bees were killed either. And I'm not going to edit that out. I'm going to leave that in there. Oopsie daisy, I didn't really mean to do that, but I got to figure that out. But let's see, is there any eggs on this? I'm hoping not. Oh, there is some eggs. Well, I don't know what we're going to do with it. Because I was going to try. Well, I guess it don't matter. If there's some eggs in there, we can still use it for some wax. Like, yes, I guess it doesn't matter. Well, I can't do anything with it now. So I'm going to save this comb right here and use that for some re-wax and comb. So I'll just save the stuff. So set that aside right on top of here. So being able to reuse some of the stuff. Now, I'll probably put something different in there. Probably just put a full frame in there so they can draw it out. Now this, I believe right here, was a frame that I let them draw out. Yeah, this is a frame they drew out. And I love these type of frames. I like when the bees do this instead of doing it all just drone brood. See over here, we have some drone brood over there. And then we have some regular brood over here. So, that side is just beautiful brood there. Look at all that brood, folks. That side looks good. Look at that side, too. Beautiful brood. This was a frame, like I said just a second ago, that I let them draw out. And like 60 to 70% of it is worker brood, which I like. And then the other bit is drone brood. So then next year we'll have a little spot of drone brood or drone comb so they can raise some drone. That's what I like. That's the configuration I like them doing. And I put it in the middle so they would draw it out faster. And I'm glad they filled it up with brood and not just honey. And the brood nest I really like during this type period, just brood, keep the workforce high. But then whenever we get into fall and winter, I want them to store some honey down here too. This is the last frame we're going to lift up. I don't think this other frame will have any brood on the very, very end. This frame might have a little bit of brood or something that might be an interest of y'all, that y'all might be interested in. Oh wow, there is brood on this frame. A lot of it. And eggs. Eggs, brood. Let's see. This side there's even brood too, I believe. Yep, eggs and larvae. Look at that. Look at all these bees. It's just, this year has been so much better than last year. I'm just totally blown away with how good this year's been. And I hope all of you guys have been having a good year as I have been having. Now, everything can change. But so far, everything that's happened to me so far is good news. Nothing bad news yet. See how I said, yeah, I don't want to say something and something bad happens. So far, everything's going good. I hope you all are having a good season. Let me know in the comment section what's going on in your bee yard, what you guys have been trying to do, how much honey you've been trying to extract. If you guys are curious, haven't been able to extract any because I'm trying to get a good bit to extract. So probably mid-June to late June, my extraction date will be. I'll pick a date though, one day, and I'm going to do a big, good video for you guys so then you guys can watch it, the video, which will be very, very fun. Hopefully it'll be somewhat entertaining. Probably do something good. Now, up there, our geek's doing good over there. Now we're going to put this frame, it's empty, right here. Let them draw it out too. Time they won't be able to make a mess this time. There you go. Oh, these bees are so strong. These are the colonies that you want, folks. You want strong hives. And you may be asking, how did you get them strong? How did you make them be as big as they are? Did I do anything? Well, the only thing I really did was feed them like the first 2 weeks, and then I was done. I let them do their own thing. They expanded, and they're all doing fairly, or should I say, very well. It's not always a hard thing to do. You just have to be able to be flexible and be able to do different things. Not everything that you may have been doing in the past may work for you. And I always believe that. Oh, this bee is stuck to this propolis. Now look at that. The bee is stuck to its own propolis. Alright, bee, I'm going to help you. Bee, come on. There you go. There you go. He flew away, and now he is living happily ever after in the colony. So, bees being stuck on their own propolis. I've seen it before. Don't worry, I have. Let's see if we can find another frame. We're going to go on and pack this thing out to the fullest. 2 empty frames, I'll have enough frames to go on and fill up. And thing is, if they want to, for winter, once some of the brood hatches, they can fill like 2 of the outside frames that have brood with some honey on it, and instead have like 4 frames going in the winter. Usually going in the winter, we have about 1 to 3 frames of brood. Sometimes it could be even 4 if the bees decide, all right, we want to do more. Depends on what colony it is. I can't always say. Another thing, you got to be careful for the queen. But I already know where our queen is. She's in the top deep. I already saw her up there. So we can be able to do some different maneuvers up in the top. You know, if you guys are curious, you know, where the queen is, so we don't accidentally roll her. I've always talked about rolling the queen. We gotta be careful not to roll the queen. But if you know where she's at, then you should be somewhat okay in a way to be able to do what I'm doing. Now, when you're doing it, be very, very careful. Don't do it so fast. Do it very, very slow, so then all the bees will come out alive. Now, you may accidentally smash a bee or two if you're inspecting a hive. I've done it before, don't worry, trust me. But it happens when you're inspecting a colony. If you never inspect your colony, what's going to happen, and I've had it happen to me before, see if this frame slides right in, you just got to be slow and steady. What happens if you never inspect your colony and you decide you want to, well, we do got a problem. That ain't good. A little, we have a little nail sticking out. Somebody didn't put that nail in all the way. Alright. Oh, come on, bees. Or, it shouldn't be meant for bees, but. Now, there's a little nail that is still sticking out. Just a little bit. So we gotta bank it in. And I can do that with my hot tool. Okay? There we go. It's all the way in now. Now we're free to go. Just easily, if you wanted to do this, know where your queen's at. If she's in the top deep, all right, take that top deep off. Slowly put that in. If you're slow and steady, there's a good chance you won't kill any bees. But you don't want to do this like very fast. You don't want to just decide to. You're just gonna roll bees everywhere. That would not end well. Especially if you don't know where your queen is. So never do that unless you know where your queen's at. That's one thing I've always talked about. Another thing, if you're gonna put some empty frames on the side or in the middle, don't put them right beside each other, because what that's gonna happen, they're gonna do it diagonal. You're gonna have a very bad mess. So have two drawn frames on the side of your empty frame that will draw it out perfect. I haven't had any problems with that before. Never know. Sometimes they might have a problem with it. I've never had a problem with it though. Just make sure you have no empty frames side by side of each other, or you're going to have wonky comb and you are not going to be happy. And it's not going to be the best day trying to clean it up, because the bees are not going to be happy. But I've wasted enough of your time. You know, if you're watching this, so go on and click the thumbs up button. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning into today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I just really wanted to show you what my bees are doing. Almost every single colony is like this, but this is one of my best hives so far. They are doing extremely well, and I'll keep you guys updated on all the other hives. We'll do more inspections. I'm excited. I'll do some other videos too. I can't wait for a honey extraction. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Before you check out, make sure to check out some of my other videos on the YouTube channel. Make sure to go and click the thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new. We'll catch you guys on the next beekeeping video. Take care, everyone.